now we are still waiting for that news coming out of Israel, out of the Kiryat there, where they are currently. There's been a delay on the vote there to be able to pass this bill, but there are positive signs from people I've spoken to on the ground that they do believe that it will actually get through. But something I want to bring up about that imam there was that Trump didn't include a imam in his first inauguration back in 2017 when the Middle East was in a period of greater stability than it is now. So it will be interesting to see how this is handled and why he chose to include an imam this particular year. Bianca?
Sarah Williamson, thank you so much for that update, and we await to see when that vote does happen on this ceasefire. Good to have you with us today. Thanks. And to continue to break down some of the news out of Israel, let's bring in former Undersecretary of Defense Robert Wilkie, also the Secretary of Veterans Affairs under Donald Trump's first administration. Secretary Wilkie, a pleasure, sir.
Good to see you, Bianca.
All right, so the deal obviously is fragile right now. We're waiting for it to be approved by the government. But there's a lot of questions about who has the better part of the deal. Is it Israel? Is it Hamas? Where do you stand on this? And obviously, the hope for the hostages release is something that is so important psychologically. We cannot understate that as well.
It has to be an excruciating decision for the prime minister. He's a military man, a warrior of the highest caliber, and I know his instincts and the instincts of the Israeli Defense Forces High Command is to just finish the job. But the other side of this is Israel's tradition of doing everything it can to get its people back. It is a state of mind that has been born of 3,000 years of terrible experience, of course, the Holocaust being the most sinister period, not only in Jewish history, but the history of the world. And they do incredible things to get people back. I mean, just in 1985, a sergeant, they gave up 1,000 Hamas or PLO killers. In 2006, a sergeant was captured. In 2011, to get him back, they gave up 1,027.
Well,
they're going to send 1,000. That's right. They're going to give back 1,000 killers, and this fight could go on.
There were some tense moments with Blinken today. He was giving a speech. A reporter had to be removed. Let's let this clip play and get your reaction.
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me. Answer a damn question.
I look forward to answering questions in a few minutes.
You know about Israel's nuclear weapons. Everybody from the ICJ. I was sitting here quietly, and now I'm being manhandled by 2 or 3 people.
I mean, Blinken's legacy tied to Joe Biden. I mean, going back to obviously when he ran the UPenn Biden Center and all that Chinese money was funneled through. I mean, Secretary of State, how many times he's been over since October 7th, 2023? And yesterday they're trying to act like it's their framework that got this done.
Look, nobody has evidenced more weakness in the history of this country, including Jimmy Carter, than the Biden national security team. You had the twin towers of disaster in Sullivan and Blinken. They have retreated in the face not only of rhetorical attacks on the United States, but also kinetic attacks. They've allowed the Iranians to rain death on our troops in the Middle East as well as our ships. They've allowed the Iranians through the Houthis to close off the world's second busiest sea lanes. No one fears, much less respects, the Biden national security team. We are here because of weakness. And Blinken, every time he speaks, reminds us of that. This deal came about because the Iranians, who are at the back of all of these troubles, fear that Donald Trump will give the green light to Netanyahu to flatten Iran, give him the weapons that Joe Biden refused to give him to carry the fight to the mullahs. He's already weakened them, but he would be able to get his hands on weapons that could further devastate and hopefully allow the Iranian people the freedom and the space to finally get rid of these theocratic fanatics who have brought so much terror and death to their own country as well as the world.